So I'm gonna show you a problem I have on my my Acura TL Type S. Not really an issue with this car. I mean, it has an issue which I'm gonna get to, but I have this jack, this floor jack, and there's a garage door, and from the designated lifting point, I can't get enough clearance without, you know, touching the garage door to like fully get this jack elevated and onto the car. Yeah, I guess you could do small incremental swings and it will still do it eventually, but that's kind of time consuming. So, and I mean, yeah, I could open this garage door and jack the car up, but my garage is a tight fit right now. Plus it's raining outside. And yeah, I could open the garage door, jack the car up, put the arm back up, lower the door, and get to work, and then, you know, do the reverse when I need to lower the car. But like I said, when I'm working on front and there's the wall in the way or something, it just won't cut it. So I'm gonna get this out of here. I'll slide this back. Watch out. I'll get this out of here, a little bit out of the way. And so something I got recently was this this Esco pneumatic. Let me try to set it up properly. Position it. This Esco Air Bladder Jack, model number 92041. It's a 2-ton capacity. 2-ton capacity. Working air pressure is 100 to 245 with a min height of 7.9 or 200 meters, max height of 22 inches, 560 meters. And again, it's made by the Esco company. Has a couple handles on it. This one, you got a little symbol to elevate it, and this one to lower it, or you could just push on this one, whatever your preference is, it will work. Got a sturdy handle, it's bolted on here to the bottom frame. They have 2 models to this thing. I got this one thinking it would be, obviously I'm always concerned about maximum clearance on my car, so I got this one. It comes standard with this like jack pad right here. It's bolted in, not gonna move. But this is a 3-bladder unit. They have a 2-bladder unit, which I found out this does not slide from the side of my car. And my car is not lowered or anything, it's a standard. When I got it, I had to change out this air fit-in to accommodate my air hose rail connection. That's the only thing I did. Yeah, but I've already lowered it or operated it once to like see how it works. It also came standard with this cup, pretty beefy, but it fits over this, and it doesn't like fall off like laterally. It's there. It's like it's a perfect fit around this unit to keep it in place. But you do definitely need to have the clearance so for it to work. Definitely though, it's not going to work on the side. Yeah. So I'm about to try this to remedy the situation I had earlier. So bear with me a second while I set this camera up. And this is the jack point I'm gonna use, this little area there under the car. And like I said, this car is it's an Acura TL Type S 2008. Approximately 4,800 pound gross weight. This jack is a 2-ton, so 4,000 pounds, but I'm just lifting the back of the car, the lightest part of the car. And even if I was lifting the front of the car, it would be fine. I mean, figure that weight is the entire weight of the car versus, you know, just split it down the middle. So without all this talking, I'm just gonna show you this thing in operation. And once I get it elevated, once I get it lifted, I'm gonna obviously put it on jack stands, because you never want to trust any type of unit like this to get onto a car. Granted, I'm not gonna get on the car in this situation, but I'll be working on my brakes. So this is a standard air hose fitting. This is the air hose fitting that's on my air hose reel, and I had to change out the one they have to accommodate this, and all I did was undo it and rethread this back in. This thing is pressurized already. I'm going to check the pressure on it. I'm using a 25-gallon compressor, so I'm going to check the pressure on it real quick to make sure it's within this spec. I'll probably just run it at the higher end of it, somewhere between so the bottom end is 100 psi and the top end is 145. So let's see what I have set up. All right, sorry it took so long, but I was trying to move some stuff around. So I have it set, my air pressure, the air pressure, not air pressure, but the compressor air pressure is currently 140, and the tank has 140 in there too. So this is gonna, let me just get this on here real quick. So it fits securely, just popped it on there. Sorry if I didn't get that in the frame. So I was like trying to get it done. And then let me see if you can be able to see this. I'm gonna slide this onto the car. So from this side of the car, it fits perfectly, and I just get it centered. They have a little warning here, so you never want to do it on a sloping surface. You never want to do it without jack stands. You never want to do it on a incline, decline, and then you never want to have this thing like offset. You always want to have it like perfectly centered. So it's perfectly centered, and I'll even use the grooves on top of this jack to like center it up. Yeah, let's see. I have the front of the car, the front wheels chalked, both of them, front and back side of it. And we're just gonna go in here and see how this thing works. So I'm just gonna pull up on the right trigger here slowly. We'll try to cycle it through a couple times to see how it works. See the jump. Let me see if I can get some more light in here. Well, you're gonna be the light man, all right? So we got some light. We got it slightly off-centered. We'll center it up directly in the grooves like I talked about. There we go. All right, we're gonna get this going. Let's this is just short bursts, and as you can see, it's lifting the car nicely. Step back here. Come over here, so you might be concerned like this thing wobbles or anything. It apparently has a center cylindrical portion. I just saw it kind of like rock to the side slightly, but that's where the thing, you want to have it centered. So we're gonna go, and that sound you're hearing is from this. So that is the car elevated. Let me see if I can. So that's the car elevated with the bladder jack. And as you can see, the wheels are off the ground. Stay right here, okay? Stay. I'm gonna go to the side and I'll show you. So that's how much is currently elevated off the ground. I got the front wheel chock. So this is plenty. So we'll go again to the back and do this side. Like I said, I have jack stand position that I'm gonna put in place. I can try lowering it again just to demonstrate how it comes down. Come over here, so come. So get out of the way. So I'm just gonna gently come out of the way over there, so I'm just gonna gently push on it and see how stable it is. Yeah, I definitely wouldn't get under this car on that thing, because it's definitely a lot more wobbly than your standard. Stay over there. Stay over there, son. It's definitely a little bit more wobbly than your standard jack, but obviously you shouldn't be getting on the car with this thing solely as your support. So I'm literally using 2 fingers right now and I'm wobbling it, but it's great for lifting it. I don't see any issue with that. It did it. The car is not like leaning to one side or anything. So I think I'm gonna lower this real quick, show you it lowering, and then we'll put it back up like I wanted to. So this is gonna be a lowering slowly, because I don't want to like tip it. So like I said, this one brought it up, and then I'm gonna press this one to lower. I'm gonna bring this one up to lower it, but I'm also push this one just to show you. So here we go. Wrong one. So it's just releasing the pressure, and the pressure port is right there. And you can see it's coming down. So I got that side, so that's the designated side, and I can also push on this. So the same size that I used to elevate it, I can push on it. Instead of pull, I can push to lower it. And the car is back on the ground safely on the tires. We'll pull it out slightly just to see if there is any like indentation on this. Yeah, you can see where that little groove was sitting. So I was trying to like get it to center up straight, just based on the shape, but that's fine. So what I'm gonna do is just go full Not sure what my compressor is. I'm not trying to turn it on because I got the baby's upstairs sleeping, so we don't want to turn on any load and wake him up. So I'm gonna check the PSI and I'll come back real quick. So it was at 140 and now it's just slightly above 120, so you use about 20 psi of air. So I would expect that your compressor, depends on how big it is, capable it is, it's gonna kick on during this process. But I mean, this is a one-off process to get it up. And so I'm just gonna go ahead and raise the car right now. So, and I'm just gonna go full on it. And then we'll get the jack stands in there. There you go, just rip it. I'm just gonna make sure it contacts the surface. So it kind of jumps initially before it like makes contact, like you saw. Yeah, so, and then once it makes contact under the weight of the car, it's gonna take a little bit to go up. So here we go. It's gonna be the full everything going up. I noticed there was like a slight dip in the car, like like one side. It kind of dipped one side. This thing is definitely interesting. They have ones with. Let me get the jack stands in place just as a safety precaution. So, and then can talk a little bit more. Stay over there. Hear me? Mm-hmm. Don't move. All right, one more jack stand. All right, cool. So I actually had to grab a different jack stands at my 4-ton Craftsman. They're slightly too tall for how much it's elevated. I don't know if this thing is like truly fully at its maximum height. Looks like it has a little bit more. I think it's just the air pressure. So definitely recommend operating at a higher PSI. So I'm gonna try to lower it safely on these jack stands right now. And we'll check and make sure it's actually safe. And I'll talk about whatever else. So I'm gonna go check on, make sure it's on the jack stand securely, and then I'm gonna talk about something about this that you might encounter. All right, one more side to check real quick. So something, hold the light. Something I'm realizing about this is that, and when I actually tried it the first time without any load on it, I was just like seeing if it operates. It doesn't, without any weight on it, you'd have to like push on it yourself from up top to get it to lower. It's just not gonna collapse on its own. You're pretty much pushing to force out the air out of the bladder and push it out through the relief valve. But like I said, right now, something I just realized, so even with it still elevated, it doesn't have, the jack stands are supporting the weight of the car. See? So that might be calling me bluff because I didn't think it was gonna lower. We'll see how much it lowers. So I guess I had just wanted to lower faster. So scratch that, it does lower on its own. You don't have to like assist it or anything. So now my car is fully, you can see the jack stands on either side of front or front of the rear tires. And this thing is all the way to the surface. Obviously, that's just gonna have enough pressure to go back up, but we'll see if it has just enough pressure to go back up. Again, let me see how much pressure this thing has. Initially used 20, so let's see. All right, so it's about 116 PSI and the tank has just over 100, or 116, sorry. So it's probably just has enough to go up and make contact. It's not gonna lift anything, but it's just like if you're using a bottle jack or a floor jack, you just wanna leave this under the car as a third safety method, not as your primary. The jack stands are your primary ones off the ground, but so we'll lift this up and see. So it does, with a little bit of pressure it does, and we just want to make it contact. We don't want to lift the car off the jack stands, we just want to make contact. Boom. If you disconnect this, the air source is gonna lower, so you got to leave that connected. And we'll probably pump up the compressor, obviously, to get it lowered, to get it to lift the car off the jack stand and to lower the car back to the ground. But this is a great way to go if you're in a confined space. It's relatively compact, as you can see. I know they have different brands and they have ones with longer handles. You know, if you want to be further away from the unit you're lifting. But obviously you need unlike a bottle jack, you need, well, a standard hydraulic bottle jack without air, you need, this one you need air pressure. So, I mean, I don't know the specific advantage over this versus going with a standard, you know, bottle jack, which I have 2 of those, but I thought this was a pretty cool unit. I got it on Amazon. I think they wanted in the neighborhood of like 4 something for this, and it was on sale for maybe not half the price, but about $350 or $340 or something, and that's when I got it. Or maybe it was $350 on the top end and then $250 on the discounted price. So I forgot what it was, but like I said, it's the Esco brand. Try to get this in the frame. But that's the information. I mean, I can't really say too much more about it. Longevity, this is the first time I've used it to lift a car. So, and like I said, it does not work from the side. It does not work from the side with this 3 bladder unit. I'm pretty sure the 2 bladder unit would work. It definitely does not work from the side with this cup which is, it comes standard to give you extra height. So I didn't demonstrate it without it. And like I said, this cup is pretty solid. It doesn't work from the side, from the front, I'm not sure. And then, I mean, every car is different, so. Yeah, if anything happened with it, I'll give you an update. Like I said, the biggest concern is that it tends to rock to the side slightly, but I mean, you're using a single unit with a bladder type unit and a center core. I believe the center core, this kind of represents the center core as far as how it's constructed. Different like units that's stacked on each other, and it's just like, I don't know how it is built. It'd be nice to see a cut through of it, just to see it in action. Maybe the company website offers that, I'm not sure, but nonetheless, it's a pretty cool unit. So I'm gonna end the video there, and it's pretty long for what it is, but I'm gonna end the video there and go work on what my intention for lifting this car really is. All right.